2 summers before, I'd had a fabulous dinner at Il Chiostro di Andrea, situated in the 15th century Chiostri di San Barnaba. Refresh your memory in episode 88. Aside from the memorable food, I recalled the venue as being one of the most beautiful places where I have ever dined. So now I was looking forward to returning to the San Barnaba cloisters to have dinner in the cloister of the statues, which is where the restaurant Il Chiostro di Andrea is located. Settling in at a table with a view over the whole courtyard had an instantly relaxing effect. At 8:45 on a Saturday evening, I was an early diner. The other tables filled up between 9 and 9:30. Rather than a Prosecco or a Franciacorta, my bubbly to start off was a spumante cuvée cépage from Conte Vistarino in the Oltrepò Pavese, made from Pinot Nero, Chardonnay, and Rhine Riesling. By the time I was enjoying this, I had already opted for the 4 Sgagnini tasting menu at the discretion of the chef. Sgagnini being a derivative of the Milanese word sgagna, meaning to bite. While the kitchen was assembling these bites, I was served the amuse-bouche. From bottom left, clockwise, a cornmeal cracker with yellow tomato-enhanced mayonnaise and guacamole, a cube of passion-fruit gelatin topped with a smaller salmon cube, puffed pasta with fresh goat cheese and what I seem to recall was a mini mound of beetroot, and a mondeghilo, a Milanese meatball whose decoration details I've forgotten. The first plate was a study in white, a base of melted high meadow fontina covering the bowl like an early morning mountain fog, plus a salted meringue with dried porcini. Just under the surface in the center, an egg yolk was hiding. The red dust traced across the plate was dried raspberry powder, and somewhere under the fog was a bit of black truffle caviar. The wine which came with this was a South Tyrolean Gewürztraminer from the Erste Neue winemakers with vineyards in various areas of South Tyrol. I stayed with this wine for the next course, which was a dazzling forest green, a risotto made with dandelion greens, also containing veal sweetbreads sautéed in butter. Followers of my vlog know my abiding passion for risottos, and this was another standout entry to my risotto collection. After the sweetbreads as a secondo the night before at the Cucina del Toro, I was delighted to have a few more in this dish, mostly tucked away from sight underneath the dandelion leaves draped over the risotto. One of the nice things about the Sgagnini concept is that there may be 2 antipasti, or 2 primi. This time, another primo, ravioli. I've always liked stuffed pasta. Discovering the treats concealed inside is a pleasure which has stayed with me since my childhood. These contained liquid parmesan and were floating on a lake of pureed peas. There was also a cappuccino cloud of black pepper and lardo blanketing the ravioli. Before I was ready to proceed, the sommelier brought me a glass of verdicchio from the Santa Barbara winery in the hills northwest of Jesi in the province of Ancona. The last menu course was fish, halibut served with the cooking oil, along with diverse preparations of beetroot and a few dollops of wasabi-laced mayonnaise. Together with the imagination which goes into each dish and the care taken with the sequence, both evenings underlined the importance given to the color of each plate, something I truly appreciate. For my post-Sgagnini dessert choice, this meant amber, red, yellow, light sand, and white. In edible terms, nectarines, both stewed with lemon thyme as well as fresh slices, an almond crumble, cinnamon-flavored gelato, and 6 dots of raspberry coulis. This couldn't be eaten without an appropriate accompaniment, obviously. The extremely attentive sommelier suggested an arrocco, an Albana Passito from the Romagna, made by the Zerbina winery just outside Faenza in the province of Ravenna. I savored the dessert and kept a good bit of my Albana Passito to linger over when I'd finished my dinner, enjoying my last moments in the Chiostro with its splendid magnolias. Uncharacteristically for me, I was not the last guest to leave. I took advantage of the balmy evening for a long walk back to my hotel, passing the church of Saints Paul and Barnabas on the way. I'll be back at Il Chiostro di Andrea very soon on one of my next trips to Milan.